Right now, the search is on for Madison's new police chief. We'll tell you what the process will look like and who will be involved.
And we're taking you inside the newly renovated Wilmar Neighborhood Center to see what's changed.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Monday morning. It's October 14th. I'm Susan Simon, filling in for Leah Linscheid.
And I'm Josh Breider. We want to thank Susan for helping us out this week. It's been
happy to be here.
A tough few days, and we'll get to why Leah is not here in just a little bit. But first off, meteorologist Hattie McLean bringing us some sunshine on a Monday. Finally,
yes.
This weekend was cold.
Kind of a gray, cold weekend. Yeah. You are right, but at least we have the sunshine today. If you are just waking up, it's a little chilly outside. Frost advisory in effect for south central and southeastern Wisconsin this morning until 9 o'clock. Here's a look at our current temperatures. Ooh, we're down a degree in Madison, 33 now at the airport, still 34 in Janesville. The Dells, though, dropping a degree to 29. Ooh. So chilly start in some spots early today. Temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer than they were yesterday. At least we'll climb into the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees with sunshine and a light southwest wind this afternoon. Here's a look at your first alert traffic maps. We'll show you what's happening on area roads. Still pretty quiet as everyone wakes up this morning. A few brake lights on Stoughton Road, but otherwise no accidents to report at this hour. And that's your first alert traffic.
I'm guessing there will be some frost on the windshield to scrape off this morning.
Yeah, you might have to scrape a little bit. It's
what
chilly.
Time does the sun come up now? It's later and
so
later.
Late, 7:09.
Oh wow!
So after the show ends.
Not until the morning show is over do we finally see the sun.
That time of the year.
And then when do we fall back?
First weekend in November, so then it'll be a light a little bit earlier in the morning for a short time.
Yeah, right.
And then it gets later. Yeah.
Those days are getting short now.
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
true.
All right, Hattie, thank you.
Thank you, Hattie.
The search to find Madison's new police chief starts today.
The city's Police and Fire Commission will start those talks at their meeting tonight. Our Keely Arthur joins us live to tell us more about what the process could look like. Keely?
Good morning, Susan and Josh. Yes, this is the first time the Police and Fire Commission will be speaking about this topic formally. It's ever since former police chief Mike Koval kind of abruptly resigned about 2 weeks ago. Koval saying his decision had a lot to do with the city budget. He simply did not want to go through another budget fight, saying politics was a factor in his decision. As for who replaces him, the Madison Professional Police Officers Association says this could end up being a nationwide search. While Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway has said she'll work with the Police and Fire Commission to organize the search, she also says the department and public should have significant input in choosing the new chief. Now, the local police union says it would be in the city's best interest to have an officer who is already familiar with Madison and its politics. They say that the PFC is looking at several internal candidates right now. That includes Vic Wall, who is currently serving as the interim chief for the Madison Police Department. Josh and Susan?
We will continue to watch it later today. Keely Arthur reporting live. Thanks, Keely.
6:03 right now. A state senator is asking UW-Madison's chancellor to take additional steps to look into an incident on campus involving anti-Trump signs. UW-Madison says its Office of Student Conduct and Community Standards is reviewing complaints that a student covered the windows of the college Republican student office with signs calling President Trump a racist and sexist. The college Republicans posted a video of the student posting the signs on Twitter Wednesday. Republican Senator David Craig's letter to Chancellor Rebecca Blank asks for an investigation into that incident by her, the UW's Office of Student Conduct and Community Standards, and the UW Police Department. Craig is asking for a complete report about the process UW will be using to investigate and respond, the findings from the investigation, and disciplinary actions.
New this morning, a disturbing video of a fake President Trump killing his critics and the media is causing outrage today by many online. The New York Times was sent the video, which was played at a conference held by a pro-Trump group at his Miami resort last week. The video shows a fake Trump's head edited onto the body of a man killing people in the, quote, Church of Fake News. The original scene appears to be from a 2014 movie, Kingsman: The Secret Service. Event organizers say the video was not endorsed by the conference and they reject all political violence.
As the impeachment inquiry into President Trump continues this week, CBS News has new numbers that show a majority of Americans approve of the inquiry. However, most Republicans disagree and feel the administration shouldn't cooperate with the inquiry. The president's phone call with Ukraine's leader is at the center of it. In principle, a majority of Americans say a U.S. president should not be able to ask other countries for help with U.S. election campaigns, but they seem to be split when it comes to whether it's an impeachable offense.
The White House is doubling down on its decision to pull U.S. troops out of Syria as Turkey enters the 6th day of their offensive against the Kurds. Last week, President Trump ordered soldiers to withdraw from an area along the Turkish border, which cleared the way for Turkey to launch an assault on the area's Kurdish population. Now, President Trump is expanding on last week's order, directing all U.S. forces to leave northern Syria. In a tweet yesterday, the president defended his decision, writing, quote, "Very smart not to be involved in the intense fighting along the Turkish border for a change."
Happening tomorrow, impeachment and the escalating situation in Syria will likely be topics of conversations as 12 Democratic candidates prepare to take the stage for what the New York Times reports will be the largest presidential primary debate in recorded American political history. The same 10 candidates from the September primary will be there, as well as 2 candidates who didn't make the cut for the previous debate. Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard and billionaire executive Tom Steyer will also be on stage. Again, that debate starts tomorrow night at 7.
In more local news this morning, the Wilmar Neighborhood Center is open again with a brand new look after months of renovations. 50 local designers worked to renovate 11 spaces at the center, including the food pantry, meeting rooms, the youth area, and more. Storage rooms were converted to meeting rooms where small groups can get together in one space. The president of the center's board of directors is hoping the renovations will allow Wilmar to continue to serve the community for years to come.
We've opened up the space. It's brighter, it's more welcoming, it's more inviting, and it really reflects the character of the people that we serve.
Hermauer says the center serves around 2,000 people out of the food pantry each year. The center received the Design for Difference grant from a local nonprofit, making the renovations possible.
Today is Indigenous Peoples Day in Wisconsin. Governor Tony Evers issued an executive order to rename the holiday traditionally known as Columbus Day. In that order, the governor declared the second Monday of every October as Indigenous Peoples Day in Wisconsin to recognize and appreciate tribal nations. Now, this doesn't remove Columbus Day, which has been a federal holiday in the U.S. since 1934. Madison has been recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day since at least 2005, but it wasn't always consistently voted on year to year.
In Rock County, a Beloit man could face charges this week after he was arrested for crashing a pickup truck into the roof of a Beloit home this weekend. Police say 37-year-old Peter Bruner was speeding when his truck left the road on Saturday, and when airborne, it traveled about 20 yards and then crashed into the roof of a home on South Park Avenue as the homeowner was in his garage watching the Badgers game. The truck came through the roof, but luckily no one was hurt. Bruner was arrested on suspicion of operating a vehicle under the influence and reckless driving.
Madison police are asking for your help this morning as they search for a suspect in a robbery on the west side. Police say it happened just before 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday near the Walgreens on South Whitney Way. A woman told police she was approached by a man who took her purse and then ran. Madison police used a canine officer to track the suspect but couldn't find him. Officers are describing the suspect as being around 5 feet 7 inches tall, wearing a gray stocking cap and a hoodie. If you have any information, you're asked to call police.
We have a first alert traffic note for you as you head out the door on this Monday morning. Walter Street at the Milwaukee Street intersection will reopen ahead of the morning commute today. It's been closed since Friday for repaving. Buses that usually run along the route will be rerouted to Harding Street, but you can still use all of the sidewalks and driveways along that intersection. That starts at 7 o'clock this morning. Well, it is 6:09 right now, and if you're just tuning into the morning show on this Monday expecting to see Leah Linscheid, she is taking some time off to heal and cope. I'm sure many of you heard the tragic news that the Linscheid family lost their son, Leah's brother, 24-year-old Levi, in a car accident late Thursday night. And everyone is still, I think, in a little bit of shock still kind of processing the whole situation. And we want Leah to take as much time as she needs to get through this tragedy with her family.
Yeah, it's been a tough few days, and I want to thank you for being here with me this morning.
How are you doing? I've been worried about you.
You know, it's been tough. You know, Leah's one of my best friends, and you know, it's tough not having her by my side. And being out in public and out in the community this weekend, I've had a lot of people come up and give me hugs to pass along to Leah because
I had the same thing happen in the grocery store. Everywhere I went, people expressed condolences and support, and it's been overwhelming.
She has the entire viewing area behind her, and you know, I think she's got the support, and we're going to be here for her when she needs it.
When you work this hour, you work together in the middle of the night, you really become like family.
You really do.
All of our colleagues here were like family. So I'm just glad to be here with you and to help you get through this as well.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll be
so
here
much.
as long as I need to be.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back
And
here.
thank you for your help. It's kind of fun to be back on this shift. I haven't done it in a while.
Little sleep, but
it's a little bumpy this morning.
Little bumpy.
I need a little bit of coffee, but
we get
I'll get
through
there.
Well, as we continue to grieve here at News 3 Now, we are keeping the Lynchides in our thoughts, and Susan was going to be filling in to allow Leah to have some time with her family. And to help continue Levi's legacy, the Lynchide family has set up a GoFundMe page for Live Like Levi, a memorial scholarship fund to help students at Highland High School who are interested in pursuing careers in fitness and well-being like Levi did. Now, Levi was a personal trainer and was very passionate about physical fitness. This scholarship will help graduates of Highland High School, where Levi and Leah both went, pursue careers in fitness and well-being. And thanks to your incredible generosity and all of your help, more than $3,500 has been raised as of this morning. Just incredible.
It is incredible.
And if you want to contribute, the link to the scholarship fund is on our website, channel3000.com. We'll be right back.
Good morning from the Hattie-O patio. It's definitely a chilly start this morning. I can see my breath outside. Temperatures are falling into the low 30s here across southern Wisconsin. High temperatures yesterday, for comparison, only near 40 in many locations. In fact, it didn't even reach 40 degrees in the Dells. What a chilly day yesterday. We had a lot of clouds in the area, but at least today we're going to lose that cloud cover. More sunshine in our forecast. Frost advisories, though, are in effect for south central and southeastern Wisconsin this morning. They go until 9 o'clock. There still is some sensitive vegetation left across southern Wisconsin, so the National Weather Service is continuing to issue those frost advisories. Our current temperatures, though, 33 here in Madison and Monroe, 32 in Platteville and Mineral Point. In the Dells right now, it's down to 29 degrees. Viroqua has dropped to 30 as well. So there are some spots below the freezing point this morning. Over the last 24 hours, we've had just some very light precipitation here across southern Wisconsin, hardly measurable here, but for the northern part of the state, there was some rain and snow yesterday. This morning, things are quiet, though. Skies have cleared. No precipitation in our forecast today. Take a look at temperatures across the state. It's 32 in Superior, 33 here in Madison, down to 37 in Milwaukee, and about 34 this morning in Green Bay. So we're not seeing a huge change in temperature across the state. Satellite and radar trends again today, starting with clear skies. Future track forecast model says we will keep that sunshine through the day today. Temperatures will slowly warm through the 30s this morning, back into the mid-40s this afternoon. Light southwesterly winds with highs pretty close to 50 degrees. I think you have the best chance of seeing 50 to the west and south of Dane County today. Otherwise, temperatures will begin to drop back pretty quickly this evening with clear skies, but an increase in the clouds overnight and a chance for some showers back in the forecast on Tuesday. In fact, Tuesday there will be on and off showers in the morning and then again possible later on in the afternoon. Highs around 53 degrees. Wednesday is going to be a little breezy with highs back in the upper 40s under variably cloudy skies. But a slow warming trend continues then for the rest of the week. We should see plenty of sunshine on Thursday and Friday with temperatures back into the low 60s. That's right about normal for this time of the year. Now it's time to get a look at that first alert traffic report this morning. We'll send it over to Jason Stone for all the details. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. Minor congestion on the Stoughton and Verona interchanges. Otherwise, no issues on the Beltline as of right now. Just a few brake lights on Verona Road. All routes into Madison and around Dane County are clear. And no trouble getting downtown as drivers are able to navigate around the Isthmus and campus without any problems. With your first alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Jason and Hattie, thank you both very much. It is 6:17 right now. An event coming up next week is highlighting what a group of local artists can do instead of what they can.
Access to Independence is hosting its second Artists Beyond Boundaries event, recognizing artists with disabilities. And joining us this morning to tell us all about it is Jason Balaungi. Jason, good to see you early on a Monday morning. Thank you for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks to both of you for having me.
For people who are not familiar with Access to Independence, tell us what your organization does.
Sure. So we're an organization that provides advocacy, resources, and services to people of any type of disability in all ages. We serve all of Dane County, Columbia County, Dodge County, and Greene County, and we provide things like information and resources, peer support, advocacy, assistive technology, accessibility assessments, youth services, outreach, a whole host of services that are at no cost to folks who receive them in our area.
And you have some works of art with you here this morning. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So the Artists Beyond Boundaries is our second annual event, and it's coming up next Thursday, the 24th of October, at the Concourse in downtown Madison. Tickets are on sale now through our website, Access to Independence website, and you can purchase and register. And we had this year over 39 artists who submitted almost 70 works of art. From June through August, they submitted artwork, and we had 3 judges from the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art who scored each work. And we have 12 finalists who will be announced at the event. For those who were not chosen as finalists, we'll have works of art that will also be available for voting by the attendees of the event for the People's Choice Award. So some of the works I have here, we've got some pieces that are finalists and some that are not, but I can't say which ones are. That'll be a surprise for those who attend, but we're really excited for the event coming up. Greg Jeske, a former news anchor from the area and now a local documentarian, is going to be doing the emceeing for our event, and should be a wonderful evening of an art exhibit. a dinner and a program announcing the award winners.
These pieces of art are really
They're
impressive,
incredible.
aren't they? They are really incredible.
Yeah, and it's a really nice mix of art. It's photography, painting, sketch. We even have some metal work that one of our artists did, so it's a really nice variety of pieces, and attendees will really be excited to see not only the quality, but the variety of pieces we have.
All right, we'll get the info up on the screen right here. It is happening Thursday, October 25th at the Madison Concourse Hotel. Tickets are on sale through this Thursday. Jason, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Great to see you. Have a wonderful event.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, it is 6:20 right now, and still ahead as the temperatures drop, your heating bill is probably starting to rise. We're taking a look at ways to save on your bill coming up.
And then speaking of dropping temperatures, Hattie has the bus stop forecast. Layers are going to be the order of the day at the bus stop this morning. She'll have the full forecast just ahead on News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
.23 on a Monday morning, and there's finally some good news. We can see some daylight.
Yeah, the light's coming up over the horizon finally.
Yes, I know. Look behind us. This is the WISC-TV sky camera shot. Skies are clear, so good news. We have sunshine today, but boy, you want to bundle up and remind those kids to take the jacket as well. Here's a look at our current temperature. It's 33 in Madison. We're pretty close to that freezing point. Sunrise again, not until about 7:10 this morning. Here's a look at your weather track. I mentioned we have clear skies here in Madison, but all around southern Wisconsin, the cloud cover cleared overnight. So good news for all of us. We have sunshine today. Temperatures will drop another degree or two maybe in a few spots, but otherwise pretty chilly start to the day. As you head to to the bus stop, you'll want that jacket, probably the mittens as well. Temperatures will be around 45 at lunchtime if you're headed outside for recess. 49 is the high later on today. Again, we will keep the sunshine all day.
All right, thank you, Hattie. As the temperatures continue to drop, you might be thinking about cranking up your heat if you haven't turned it on already.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but you did.
I cried uncle, yeah.
Yeah, there is some good news, though, for We Energy's customers that they can expect lower heating bills this winter. Based on the 20-year winter weather average and the assumed natural gas prices, the company says customers can expect to pay around 11% less this year than last year. This first round of cold weather is a good time to start working to save on your energy bill. One of the best ways to help cut down on your bills is to remember to turn down your thermostat when you're asleep or out of the house. Experts suggest dropping the preset temperature by 7 to 10 degrees for maximum savings. Other ways to save include checking your window and doors for cracks or gaps where heat might escape. You can also schedule maintenance for your furnace to make sure it's up to date on safety and efficiency. Remember, we hope to keep the conversation going about prices in Madison. News 3 Now wants to know what kind of affordability questions you have or what you're experiencing. All you have to do is let me know on social media or email.
You have one last chance to get your lawn cleaned up as Madison's final guaranteed round of brush collection starts today. Crews will be out again this morning collecting things like tree branches and shrub clippings. There may be another loop around the city after this round, but you know how our weather goes around here. There's no guarantee on that. So, and a reminder, this is different than the city's leaf collection. So make sure that you have those in separate piles.
Looking ahead now, the Environmental Protection Agency is looking to change how you can find out if there's lead in your drinking water. WPR reports that the EPA is proposing a change to the rules that would require water systems to make a list of all lead service lines publicly available. The change would also require schools and daycare centers to have their water sampled. This comes as Wisconsin recently got an F grade in preventing lead from entering drinking water at schools.
It is 6:26 right now. Coming up on the bottom half of the hour, still ahead, we have the top 3 things you need to know this Monday before you head out the door.
And we've got a preview of your Green Bay Packers ahead of tonight's game against Detroit at Lambeau. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we will be right back.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hello again. It's Monday, October 14th. I'm Susan Simon, filling in this week for Leah Linscheid.
And I'm Josh Breider. We'll get to meteorologist Hattie McLean's forecast in just a moment. But first, we start with the top 3 things you need to know this morning. And breaking right now, Turkey's leader is signaling an attack on another Kurdish-held city in northern Syria as President Trump orders all U.S. troops out of the area. The Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, says the move is aimed at getting American soldiers out of harm's way. Last week's sudden pullout was followed by a Turkish-led offensive against the region's Kurdish population. The Kurds had been a key ally in the fight against ISIS.
Community members are calling for more answers after a black woman was shot and killed in her own home by a white police officer in Fort Worth, Texas over the weekend. Police were conducting a welfare check for 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson. It comes less than 2 weeks after former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger was sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing her black neighbor.
Today is Indigenous Peoples Day in Wisconsin. Governor Tony Evers issued an executive order to rename the holiday, traditionally known as Columbus Day. Now, this doesn't remove Columbus Day, which has been a federal holiday in the U.S. since 1934. Madison has been recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day since at least 2005, but it wasn't always consistently voted on year to year.
Those are the top 3 things you need to know today, and Hattie is here now with your out-the-door weather forecast. It's a chilly one, Hattie.
It definitely is, Susan and Josh. You'll want the jacket this morning, but take a look at the view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. Capitol Dome all lit up, clear skies as well, so it's going to be a beautiful day today, although just a little chilly. Frost advisories are in effect for the counties shaded in blue. That does include all of south central and southeastern Wisconsin this morning. It goes until 9 o'clock. Our temps are pretty close to the freezing point. In fact, we're just a degree above here in Madison, 33 degrees. In the Dells, though, it's 29. Boscobel, Mineral Point, and Platteville are all at 32 this morning. So grab that thicker jacket today. Even though we have the sunshine, it's still going to be a little bit cooler than it should be this time of the year. Highs will reach the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees this afternoon. Now a look at your first alert traffic maps. We'll see if anything has changed on the roads this morning. Still pretty quiet, just a few brake lights starting to show up at Stoughton Road and Park Street. Otherwise, no major delays or accidents to report. And that's your first alert traffic.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. It is 6:32 right now. The search to find Madison's next police chief starts today.
The city's Police and Fire Commission will start those talks at their meeting tonight. Our Keely Arthur joins us to tell us more about what the process could look like. Keely?
Good morning, Susan and Josh. Yes, this is the first time the Police and Fire Commission will be talking about this topic in a formal capacity ever since former police chief Mike Koval abruptly resigned about 2 weeks ago. Koval saying that decision really was down to the budget. He said he didn't want to go through another budget fight, saying politics was certainly a factor in this decision. As for who replaces him, the Madison Professional Police Officers Association says this could end up being a nationwide search, while Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway said she'll work with the Police and Fire Commission to organize that search. She also says the department and public should have significant input in choosing the new chief. Now, the local police union says it would be in the city's best interest to have an officer who's already familiar with the city and its politics. They say the PFC is looking at several internal candidates right now. That includes Officer Vic Wall, who is serving as the interim police chief for the city. Susan and Josh?
Keely Arthur live in downtown Madison this morning. Keely, thank you.
Thank you, Keely. The Packers will try to stay alone in first place in the NFC North later tonight when they host the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. The Vikings won yesterday, and that means the Packers need a win to stay at the top of the division. A win by Detroit would put the Lions in first place. It's also a chance for the Pack to right a few wrongs. They've lost 4 straight games to the Lions, including getting shut out 31-0 at Lambeau to close last season. Kickoff tonight is at 7:15, and we'll have a recap of all of the action and post-game reaction for you tomorrow morning.
Meanwhile, the Badgers continue to climb up the top 25 rankings. They're now ranked 6th in the latest poll from the Associated Press after shutting out Michigan State, 38-0 this weekend at homecoming. Now, this is the 4th time in 6 games this year the Badgers defense has not given up a point, and the 2nd game in a row. All eyes are on the Badgers' big showdown with Ohio State in 2 weeks, but first they're going to have to take care of business in their first Big Ten road game at Illinois this week. Kickoff for that game is at 11 on Saturday morning. A lot of excitement there.
Oh, absolutely. You still haven't done the whole jump around thing
I
yet.
have not. That is on the bucket list.
I'm going to make that happen for you.
Sounds good. All right, coming up in the morning sprint, police are asking for your help searching for a robbery suspect. We'll tell you what you need to know.
And we're taking a look at how doctors say your food can affect your mood. That's coming up next on News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Welcome back at 6:38, one of our favorite times of the morning where you get to share your morning with us. And one of our regular viewers, Linda, sent this picture in from her trip to South Korea. This is amazing, Susan.
The world is a small place, isn't it? You know what's amazing? That picture looks just like Madison this
morning. It really
morning.
does.
It's almost exactly the same, halfway around the world.
Little glimpse of hope with all that sunshine out there, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Linda. If you've got a picture of your morning you'd like to share with us, all you have to do is send it to us over on our Facebook page so we can pick out our favorites and air them right here on News 3 Now this morning. All right, we are making the case for more veggies this morning. Sorry, kids. There's a new study out showing a healthy diet can help impact your mood in a big way. NPR reports on research that says more fruits and vegetables and less processed foods can reduce symptoms of depression. The study is based on a group of people who followed a Mediterranean-style diet and saw changes in their mood in just 3 weeks.
Halloween is going to be here before you know it, and before you start digging into that candy that you're stocking up on for trick-or-treating, dentists are sending out a little warning this morning about your teeth. There is a ranking out which lists which candies are the worst for your pearly whites. 15 candy types made the list. It's mostly the hard candies, things like Sour Patch Kids, Jolly Ranchers, candy corn, but some of the small candy bars like Twix bars made the list, unfortunately. That's one of my favorites.
Me too.
We'll be sure to put the rankings up on our website, channel3000.com, if you want to check and see if your favorites made the list.
Are you a candy corn fan?
Yeah, but you know what's really good? Candy corn mixed with peanuts.
Oh.
Have you ever tried that?
I have not tried that.
Candy corn itself is a little too sweet.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's it. I'll bring that in for the morning show.
That sounds, yeah, but Twix, that's my favorite
Yeah, I
go-to.
love it too.
So from veggies to candy this morning.
And I don't want to be like going into mom mode with, you know, Debbie Downer, look out for your teeth, but
oh well.
it's that time of year.
6:40 is your time, and still ahead for us on a Monday morning. We're waking up with temps around freezing this morning, but we've got some sunshine on the way. Check out that sunrise. That is incredible.
That's a beautiful shot while the Capitol Dome is still lit,
Oh
too.
my gosh, yeah,
There are
just
perks
amazing.
to being up at this
See?
hour, Josh.
You're tired, but hey, you're looking at that. So Hattie's extended forecast is straight ahead.
But first, it's October 14th today. Oh, this is my favorite part of the show. I'm so excited I get to do this. We want to say happy birthday to Rosalind and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
6:44 on a Monday morning, and I tell you what, Susan, that is the way to wake up right there on a Monday.
See, I'm telling you, these are the perks of doing the morning show. That is a beautiful shot. The sun coming up on a Monday morning. Mondays are so much easier when they're sunny.
It really is.
Don't you think so?
Yes, for sure.
But it is a cold one this morning. That sunshine is deceiving. Let's head it over to Hattie for a look at the forecast today. Hi, Hattie.
Good morning, Susan and Josh. It certainly is. It's very chilly outside this morning. We had a strong cold front move through the area on Friday. Here's where the front exists this morning. So much the Great Lakes and the northern part of the United States stuck under some very cold Canadian air. So today is going to be another chilly day for us, but at least we'll have the sunshine. If you are headed north to Lambeau Field tonight to take in the Packer game, they're playing the Lions. I know it's an evening game. Temperatures will be starting in the mid-40s. Dropping to the low 40s, even upper 30s through the game. So getting very chilly. There's probably going to be a lot of blaze orange at the game tonight. Skies will be partly cloudy. There isn't any rain, and at least winds will be light. So it always could be worse. But plan on bringing extra layers for the game. It's going to be a cold one at Lambeau. Our high temperature trend looks like this through this week. A little bit up and down, but generally below normal for the start of the week. We do get back up to normal by the end of the week with highs at least in the low 60s for a couple of days. But take note of that normal line. This time of the year, our normal high for today is 60 degrees. By the time we get to the middle of next week, we're looking at normal highs in the mid-50s. So really starting to cool down as we go through the month of October. Our Doppler track this morning, pretty quiet around here. There were some snow showers through the north woods yesterday. However, nothing really sticking on the ground. In southern Wisconsin, things are quiet. With clearing skies overnight, it's a pretty cold one. And again, frost advisories continue for south central and southeastern Wisconsin until 9 o'clock this morning. Another look at that beautiful sunrise. Sun officially comes up just before 7:10 this morning, but skies are clear. We'll keep that sunshine all day. In Watertown this morning it is 32 degrees. We're still at 33 here in Madison. Temperatures along the Mississippi River Valley are in the low 30s as well. In fact, it's 30 in Viroqua. The Dells 30 as well. So a very chilly start this morning. Winds are light from the west. They will shift to the southwest today, and we'll stick with clear skies. Temps will warm a little bit higher than they did yesterday. By lunchtime, we're back into the mid-40s. Yesterday's high was 41, so we're already a little bit better than yesterday. Highs will be pretty close to 50 across southern Wisconsin. Best chance to see 50s in the southwestern corner of the state and right along the state line. Otherwise, through this evening, clear skies, temperatures dropping back into the low 40s. Overnight, look for some clouds to move in, even a few showers possible. That threat for rain continues in the forecast on Tuesday. It'll be in the low 50s Tuesday. Kind of breezy, chilly day on Wednesday, but then quieter weather for the end of the week with a nice little warming trend back to 60 degrees.
Oh.
Let's take, Furman, I love that name. Furman in Madison, 49 degrees with sunshine. I predict
something shocked Furman, apparently. He looks a little stunned.
Maybe that cold.
But a morning like this
That's what we all looked like on Friday, right?
is a lot easier when you have cats than dogs.
They snuggle up, right? You don't have to take them up.
Exactly. That's such a cute picture. All right, thanks, Hattie.
You're welcome.
The morning sprint is up next, but first, here's Anthony Mason with what's ahead at 7. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS this morning, we're along the Syria-Iraq border as 1,000 U.S. troops prepare to withdraw amid Turkey's invasion. What this means for the fight against ISIS. Plus, the parents of a teenager killed in an accident involving an American driver in the U.K. are here for their first U.S. interview. They'll tell Gail why they hope to meet the driver and what justice would look like. Also, a look at the rising cost of a college education, why the price you pay has soared. We'll see you at 7.
6:51, time for the morning sprint as we get your week going with more local news than anyone else.
We start this morning in downtown Madison, where our Kelly Arthur has the details on the search for Madison's next police chief.
Good morning. This is the first time the Police and Fire Commission will be discussing this topic in a formal capacity ever since Chief Mike Koval abruptly resigned about 2 weeks ago. Now, Koval says that decision really came down to the budget. He said he didn't want to fight over another budget, and that this really has to do with some of the politics that he had to deal with. As for who replaces him, the Madison Professional Police Officers Association says this could end up being a nationwide search, while Mayor Sachi Rhodes Conway said she'll work with the Police and Fire Commission. She also wants the department and public's input as well. Patty?
We are starting off on quite a chilly note this morning. Temperatures in the low 30s across southern Wisconsin. At least we have the sunshine today, though. Temperatures will climb back into the mid-40s by lunchtime. Our high today real close to 50 here in Madison, with mostly sunny skies and a light southwest wind.
Republican State Senator David Craig is requesting a full investigation from UW Chancellor Rebecca Blank after a student covered the windows of the UW-Madison's College Republican Student Office with signs calling President Trump a sexist and racist. Craig sent a letter asking for a complete report about the process UW will be using to investigate and respond, the findings from the investigation, and disciplinary actions.
A disturbing video of a fake President Trump killing his critics and the media is causing outrage today by many online. The video was played at a conference held by a pro-Trump group. In the video, a fake head of President Trump is edited on top of other people's bodies in the, quote, church of fake news. Event organizers say they reject all political violence.
President Trump's former top Russia advisor is scheduled for a deposition today in the House's ongoing impeachment inquiry. It comes as a new CBS poll shows a majority of Americans approve of the inquiry. However, most Republicans disagree and feel the administration shouldn't cooperate. The president's phone call with Ukraine's leader is at the center of it. A majority of Americans say a U.S. president should not be able to ask other countries for help with U.S. election campaigns.
President Trump is tweeting this morning saying, quote, big sanctions are coming for Turkey after their invasion of northern Syria. It comes as Turkish forces continue to advance as their offensive is now in its 6th day. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper says the president's move to pull out of the area was aimed at getting American soldiers out of harm's way.
12 Democratic candidates are setting to prepare and take the stage tomorrow for what the New York Times reports will be the largest presidential primary debate in recorded American political history. The same 10 candidates from the September primary will be there, as well as 2 candidates who didn't make the cut for the previous debate. That debate starts tomorrow night at 7.
Community members are calling for more answers after a black woman was shot and killed in her own home by a white police officer in Fort Worth, Texas over the weekend. Police were conducting a welfare check for 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson. It comes less than 2 weeks after former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger was sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing her black neighbor.
Right now, Madison police are asking for your help as they search for a suspect in a robbery on the west side. Police say it happened just before 4:30 yesterday afternoon near the Walgreens on South Whitney Way. A woman told police she was approached by a man who took her purse, then ran. Officers are describing the suspect as being around 5 feet 7 inches tall, wearing a gray stocking cap and a hoodie.
Today is Indigenous Peoples Day in Wisconsin. Governor Tony Evers issued an executive order to rename the holiday, traditionally known as Columbus Day. This doesn't remove Columbus Day, which has been a federal holiday in the U.S. since 1934. Madison has been recognizing Indigenous Peoples Day since at least 2005.
Tonight, the Packers will be hosting the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. The Vikings won yesterday, meaning the Packers need to win to stay at the top of the division. It's also a chance for the Pack to right some wrongs. They've lost 4 straight games to the Lions, including getting shut out 31-0 at Lambeau to close last season. Kickoff is at 7:15 tonight.
You have one last chance to get your yard waste picked up today as Madison's final guaranteed round of brush collection will start this morning. Crews will be out collecting things like tree branches and shrub clippings. This is different than the city's leaf collection, so you want to make sure to have those two things in separate piles.
The Environmental Protection Agency is looking to change how you can find out if there's lead in your drinking water. WPR reports that the EPA is proposing a change to the rules that would require water systems to make a list of all lead service lines publicly available. The change would also require schools and daycare centers to have their water sampled.
Walter Street at the Milwaukee Street intersection will reopen this morning ahead of the morning commute. It's been closed since Friday for repaving. The intersection should be open in just a few minutes.
6:56 now. Let's turn it over to Jason Stone with a final look at your first alert traffic. Hi, Jason.
Hello. A vehicle is blocking the right shoulder of the westbound belt line prior to Seminole. Expect to tap the brakes prior to Todd Drive. Westbound drivers are also slowing down prior to Stoughton Road, clearing before West Broadway. All other lanes are at the posted speed limit. No troubles on John Nolan, just some minor crowding at North Shore Drive. With your first alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Jason, thank you. Have a great day.
And here's what it looks like outside this morning. The view from the Edgewater Skycam is pretty darn nice as the sun comes up. We have clear skies across southern Wisconsin, and we'll keep that sunshine all day today. Temperatures will be a little on the cool side, though. We're topping only at 49. Normal high for this time of the year is 60, so we're still quite a bit shy of that today. The extended forecast, though, has that slow warming trend. We do get back up to around 60 by the end of the week.
Oh, that'll be nice. A little bit of milder weather later
Yeah,
this
that was
week.
kind of a drastic cool down this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a little abrupt. I saw a few snow flurries flying around.
I did too.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, we haven't scared you away yet, have we?
No.
You'll be back tomorrow?
I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Susan, for joining us. And thank you all so much for joining us. Go make it a great Monday.